Resilience, revolution, unleashing your inner superhero. Welcome, fellow adventurers, on this journey we call life. Today, we're diving headfirst into a topic that's not just close to my heart, but essential to our very survival in this wild, unpredictable world. We're talking about resilience, folks, that magical quality that allows us to bounce back from life's curveballs with the grace of a cat and the determination of a bulldog. But before we embark on this thrilling exploration, I want to give a shout out to the incredible woman who inspired today's talk. Nitra Rucker, the brilliant mind behind Let's Talk Health and Wellness with Nitra, has been setting the world on fire with her passion for empowering people to face life's challenges head on. Nitra isn't just talking the talk, she's walking the walk, leaving a trail of transformed lives in her wake. Her work is nothing short of revolutionary, folks. She's out there day in and day out, helping people build the kind of resilience that would make a rubber band jealous. So, a big thank you to Nitra for sharing her wisdom and igniting this conversation. Now, let's get down to business. Have you ever watched those inflatable clown punching bags? You know, the ones that bounce right back up no matter how hard you knock them down. Well, my friends, that's what we're aiming for in life. Minus the creepy clown face, of course. Resilience isn't just some fancy buzzword cooked up by self-help gurus to sell books. No, sir, it's the secret sauce, the magic potion, the superhero cape that can transform your life from a series of unfortunate events into an epic saga of triumph and growth. And here's the kicker. It's not some exclusive club that only the chosen few can join. Nope, resilience is a skill, a muscle we can all develop and flex. It's like going to the gym, but instead of bulking up your biceps, you're buffing up your ability to weather life's storms. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Oh, great, another pep talk about positive thinking and believing in ourselves. Well, hold on to your hats because we're going deeper than that. We're talking about practical, actionable strategies that can turn you from a leaf blowing in the wind to a mighty oak tree, standing tall against whatever life throws your way. During my enlightening chat with Nitra, 3 key pillars of resilience emerged. Think of them as the holy trinity of bouncing back, nurturing strong relationships, maintaining perspective, and developing kick-ass problem-solving skills. These aren't just abstract concepts, my friends. They're your tools, your weapons, your secret ingredients for whipping up a life that's not just survivable, but downright thriving. Let's start with the first pillar, nurturing strong relationships. Now, I know in this age of social media and virtual reality, it's easy to think we're more connected than ever. But let's be real. How many of your Facebook friends would show up at 3 a.m. to help you change a flat tire? Yeah, that's what I thought. We humans are social creatures. We're wired for connection, like plants are wired for sunlight. And just like a plant withers without sun, we wither without genuine, meaningful connections. But here's the thing. In our busy, often isolating modern world, we've got to be intentional about building and maintaining these relationships. Let me tell you a story about a woman named Amber Shaw. Amber's the host of the Wellness Revolution podcast. And boy, did she have a revolution of her own to deal with. Picture this. Amber found herself suddenly single, a divorced mom navigating the choppy waters of what she calls midlife interruptions. Now, that's a scenario that could easily lead to isolation, depression, maybe even a regrettable haircut or two. But Amber, she chose a different path. Instead of retreating into her shell like a frightened turtle, she reached out. She built a supportive community through her podcast. She engaged in activities that fostered strong relationships. And you know what happened? Her resilience skyrocketed faster than a SpaceX rocket. The support she received didn't just help her survive, it helped her thrive. She created a successful platform that now provides practical advice and support to midlife women, positively influencing countless lives. Talk about a comeback story. Amber's journey is a powerful reminder that we're stronger together. Reaching out and nurturing our relationships isn't just a nice to have, it's a must have for our resilience and well-being. It's like having a personal cheer squad ready to lift you up when you're down and celebrate with you when you're flying high. Now, I can already hear some of you protesting, but I'm an introvert. I've been hurt before. I don't have time for socializing. I hear you. I really do. Building and maintaining relationships isn't always a walk in the park. Sometimes it's more like a trek through a thorny jungle. It takes time, effort, and yes, sometimes it can be downright uncomfortable. But here's the thing, the payoff is worth it. Those connections, those shared moments of laughter, support, and understanding, they're the threads that weave the fabric of a resilient life. They're your safety net when you're walking the tightrope of life's challenges. So I challenge you to take one small step today. Reach out to that friend you've been meaning to call. Join a community group that aligns with your interests. Heck, just smile and say hello to your neighbor. These small acts of connection can ripple out, creating a network of support that bolsters your resilience in ways you might never have imagined. Remember, you're not aiming to become a social butterfly overnight. You're just planting seeds of connection, nurturing them slowly but surely. Before you know it, you'll have a garden of relationships that can weather any storm. Now, let's move on to our second pillar of resilience, maintaining perspective. Life has a funny way of throwing curveballs when we least expect them, doesn't it? One moment you're cruising along thinking you got it all figured out, and the next, bam, you're hit with a challenge that makes you question everything. It's easy to get overwhelmed, to feel like the sky is falling and the world is ending. But what if I told you that your perspective, the lens through which you view these challenges, can make all the difference? It's like having a pair of magic glasses that can turn a monster of a problem into a manageable molehill. This is where the wisdom from the Calm blog comes in handy. They emphasize the importance of maintaining a balanced view by acknowledging both the positive and negative aspects of a situation. Now, I know what you're thinking. Positive aspects when I'm in the middle of a crisis? Are you kidding me? But bear with me here. Imagine you've just been laid off from your job. Your first reaction might be panic, right? How will I pay my bills? What if I can't find another job? Will I end up living in a cardboard box? These are valid concerns, no doubt. But what if you also considered the potential positives? Maybe this is an opportunity to pursue that career you've always dreamed about, but never had the guts to try. Perhaps you'll have more time to spend with your family or work on that side project you've been putting off. The Calm blog suggests a practical exercise. Write down both the positive and negative aspects of your situation. This simple act can help prevent overwhelm and foster resilience. It's not about ignoring the challenges, it's about seeing the full picture, the possibilities as well as the obstacles. I know. It's not always easy to find the silver lining when you're in the thick of a difficult situation. It's like trying to see a rainbow in the middle of a thunderstorm, but training your mind to look for balance, to seek out different perspectives, is like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger and more natural it becomes. So the next time you're faced with a challenge, big or small, try this. Take a deep breath, grab a pen and paper, and write down three negative aspects of the situation. Then challenge yourself to find three potential positives. They don't have to be earth shattering, even small glimmers of hope count. This balanced thinking can be your anchor in stormy times, helping you maintain your equilibrium and bounce back more quickly. Think of it like this: you're the director of your own life movie. You can choose to focus the camera on the dark, gloomy parts of the set, or you can pan out to capture the whole scene, including the bits of light peeking through. The choice is yours, and it can make all the difference in how your story unfolds. Now, let's talk about our third pillar of resilience, developing problem solving skills. This is where the rubber meets the road, where we move from thinking to doing. Because let's face it, resilience isn't just about weathering the storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain, maybe even build a boat and sail to new horizons. The University of Rochester Medical Center's Behavioral Health Partners blog emphasizes the crucial role of problem solving skills in building resilience. Why? Because when we enhance our ability to solve problems, we empower ourselves to take action and feel more in control of our lives. It's like being the hero in your own video game, equipped with the tools to tackle whatever boss battle comes your way. Think about it. How often have you felt stuck, overwhelmed by a problem that seemed insurmountable? Maybe it was a conflict at work that had you dreading every Monday morning, or a financial setback that had you checking under couch cushions for spare change, or a personal dilemma that had you tossing and turning at night. In those moments, it's easy to feel helpless, like a leaf caught in a whirlwind. But what if you had a toolkit of problem solving strategies at your disposal? What if, instead of feeling like a victim of circumstance, you felt like MacGyver, ready to tackle any challenge with nothing but a paperclip and your wits? The blog suggests some practical approaches. One is brainstorming possible solutions. This might sound obvious, but how often do we actually sit down and systematically think through our options? Too often we get caught up in our first emotional reaction and fail to see alternatives. It's like being stuck in a maze and only looking straight ahead when the exit might be just around the corner. Here's a challenge for you. The next time you face a problem, set a timer for 5 minutes and write down every possible solution you can think of, no matter how wild or impractical it might seem. Don't judge or evaluate. Just let the ideas flow. Want to solve your financial problems by becoming a professional dog walker for millionaires' pets? Write it down. Thinking about resolving that work conflict by challenging your boss to a dance-off? Put it on the list. You might be surprised at the creative solutions that emerge when you give your mind free rein. It's like shaking up a snow globe. Once all the ideas settle, you might find a gem you never would have thought of otherwise. Another key aspect of problem solving is taking action. It's not enough to think about solutions. We need to implement them. This can be scary, I know. What if we make the wrong choice? What if things get worse? But here's the thing. Action breeds confidence. Even if your first attempt doesn't solve the problem completely, you'll learn something valuable that can inform your next steps. Remember, resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about learning how to get back up again and again. Each problem you face and tackle is an opportunity to strengthen your problem-solving muscles to become more resilient. It's like leveling up in the game of life. So, let's bring all of this together. Building resilience through strong relationships, maintaining perspective, and developing problem-solving skills. These aren't just abstract concepts. They're practical, actionable strategies that can transform how we navigate life's challenges. They're your secret weapons in the battle against adversity. Imagine for a moment you're facing a significant setback. Maybe you've lost your job or received a difficult health diagnosis or are going through a painful breakup. In the past, this might have felt like the end of the world, like you've been knocked down for the count. But now, armed with these tools of resilience, you approach it differently. First, you reach out to your support network, those relationships you've been nurturing. You share your struggles, allowing yourself to be vulnerable and receive support. You're reminded that you're not alone, that you have people in your corner rooting for you. It's like having a team of superheroes ready to swoop in and help you save the day. Next, you practice maintaining perspective. Yes, this situation is tough, but you challenge yourself to see the full picture. You write down the challenges you're facing, but also potential opportunities for growth or positive change. This balanced view helps you avoid spiraling into despair and instead approach the situation with a clearer, calmer mind. It's like putting on those magic glasses we talked about earlier, seeing not just the obstacle in front of you, but the path around it. Finally, you put your problem solving skills to work. You brainstorm potential solutions, considering various angles and possibilities. You choose a course of action and take that first, perhaps scary step forward. And even if it doesn't work out perfectly, you know that each attempt is building your resilience, making you stronger and more capable for future challenges. You're not just solving a problem, you're leveling up your life skills. This, my friends, is what true resilience looks like. It's not about being unbreakable or never experiencing difficulty. It's about having the tools and mindset to bounce back, to grow, to become stronger through our struggles. It's about being the hero in your own life story, facing challenges head on and emerging victorious. As we wrap up, I want to circle back to Nitra Rucker and her powerful message. Her work reminds us that resilience isn't a fixed trait. It's a skill we can cultivate and strengthen over time. Every day, we have opportunities to build our resilience muscles, to become more adaptable, more resourceful, more connected. So I challenge you. What's one small step you can take today to build your resilience? Maybe it's reaching out to a friend you've been meaning to call. Perhaps it's taking a few minutes to write down a balanced perspective on a challenge you're facing. Or it could be tackling a small problem you've been avoiding, flexing those problem solving muscles. Remember, resilience isn't built overnight, it's cultivated through small, consistent actions over time. But with each step, each small victory, you're becoming stronger, more capable of weathering life's storms and emerging even more vibrant on the other side. As you go about your day, I want you to carry this thought with you. You are more resilient than you know. You have the power to face life's challenges head on, to grow through adversity, to build a life of strength and purpose. And you don't have to do it alone. We're all in this together, supporting each other, growing together. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Change. Change is scary, isn't it? It's like stepping off a cliff and hoping you'll learn to fly before you hit the ground. But here's the thing, without change, without pushing ourselves out of our comfort zones, we stay stagnant. And in a world that's constantly evolving, stagnation is the enemy of resilience. So I'm going to challenge you. I want you to do something that scares you, something that pushes you just a little bit out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's striking up a conversation with a stranger. Maybe it's trying a new hobby you've always been curious about, but too afraid to try. Or maybe it's finally having that difficult conversation you've been putting off. Whatever it is, I want you to do it within the next 24 hours. Yes, you heard me right. 24 hours. Because here's the secret. The longer we wait, the bigger and scarier our challenges become in our minds. It's like a shadow on the wall. The further away we get from the light, the larger and more monstrous that shadow appears. But when we face our fears, when we take that leap, something magical happens. We realize we're stronger than we thought. We discover capabilities we never knew we had. And most importantly, we build our resilience muscle. Remember, resilience isn't about never falling. It's about getting back up every single time. It's about looking fear in the eye and saying, is that all you've got? It's about embracing change as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat to our comfort. So, are you ready? Are you ready to unleash your inner superhero? Are you ready to build a resilience so strong it would make a diamond jealous? Because let me tell you something. The world needs you. It needs your strength, your courage, your resilience. We're all in this together. And every time one of us becomes more resilient, we lift up those around us too. Think about it. What if we all took this challenge? What if we all committed to building our resilience, to supporting each other, to facing our fears head on? We could create a ripple effect of strength and courage that could change the world. So here's my call to action for you. Do that thing that scares you. Reach out to someone you've been meaning to connect with. Look at a challenge in your life from a new perspective. Take one small step towards solving a problem that's been weighing on you, and then share your experience. Tell someone what you did, how it felt, what you learned. Inspire them to do the same. Because here's the truth, you are stronger than you know, you are more resilient than you believe, and you have the power to not just weather life's storms, but to dance in the rain, to find the rainbow, to emerge stronger and more vibrant than ever before. So, what are you waiting for? Your resilience revolution starts now. The world is waiting for you to unleash your inner superhero. Are you ready? Because I believe in you. La Nitra believes in you. And it's time for you to believe in yourself too. Let's do this, shall we? Let's build a world of resilience, one brave act at a time. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your step right here, right now. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of resilience. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth, every setback a chance to come back stronger. Now go out there and show the world what you're made of. Your resilience revolution awaits.